So a lot of what I'm trying to emulate in a way. So
yeah, and because you mentioned Jericho, when Greater Wrestler, the guy that I probably leaned heavy towards was Jericho because of my height. I'm just shy of 6 foot. I'm actually at about 6 foot, so Jericho's about my height. And I've always liked guys like him and Dean Malenko that, yes, they kind of jumped every now and then, but they leaned heavy on to submissions, and that's the style I would, if I was to, pursue that back in the day, that's what I would have aimed for.
yeah, no, totally. And that's the thing is like a guy like Jericho can do it all. That's the thing. Like you said, he's got these athletic contest with the WCW cruiserweights that he had, and I mean even into WWE, he shows it, but he has constantly worked to be like a total package in a way. Like, because I look at him and I think like, he can do very athletic stuff. He's got some technical wrestling in him. He's a great storyteller. He's a great promo. He's just great at everything that is professional wrestling to me. So,
which with Jericho, one of my favorite things that he's ever done, and this is the WCW era, is when he cut the promo where he was interviewing the poster of Dean Malenko.
Oh my god,
that was one of my favorite Jericho moments.
Yeah, he is awesome. He's awesome.
Hey, Brayden, so have you watched the Jericho interview with Stone Cold? That's the new one that just came out.
Skull Sessions.
Yeah, Bro Skull Sessions.
So I haven't watched it in its entirety. I kind of got the gist of it. Yeah, so like I did listen to some of it, and I kind of read like a review on it too. That way I kind of like could get some of the things that I missed more or less. But like, yeah, I did follow it, I guess is like a better way to say it.
Yeah, no, I understand. I still got about 45 minutes left on it, so it's been interesting to hear his side, what's going on with what has gone on with his career, but all things with him. So he's it's been interesting just to hear what about his career. So I just thought I'd ask you if you haven't heard that one yet. So it's absolutely.
No,
absolutely.
There's a part that they talk about there where they talk about doing house shows together or after when the cameras go off. And Jericho, they played a clip where Steve kept throwing a beer at Jericho like 3 times, and he like didn't catch it. And he's just like, "Yeah, I was just messing with you at this point." And he goes, "Yeah, I can tell. That's why I did this." And you see Austin like lightly toss it like a kid or a guy, like a dad tossing a ball to a 3-year-old. Like, come on, catch it. Now you mentioned the long road trip, right? What kind of food do you like to eat on the road, even if it might not be part of your diet per se?
So typically I'm really good about packing like food on. Well, I should say my fiance is. She's really good about packing stuff for me. So, so I don't have a lot of road food per se. There's like, if we're lucky, like. Not if we're lucky, but like, if I kind of want to mix it up or whatever, I usually find like if we're out like on the East Coast, you got like your Wawas and stuff like that, which I find good. And then I'm really a big fan of like peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables, which you can find a lot of them in like the East Coast, like in gas stations, which is cool. You don't get that in the Midwest, at least not in my experience. So so I'd say those are like big road trip foods for me.
Okay, that's cool.
Well, there's one thing I've noticed, and this has been a big trend lately. I've been noticing a lot of the guys that like work out a ton seem to favor the Uncrustables. What happened in the last year that became a trend?
I don't think it's like, I think it's just convenience. Like that's the thing. Like, I mean, like I pack homemade peanut butter and jellies because I will like always kind of prefer them. So like I'll pack them, but like if I'm on the road and I just forget, like I'm gonna snag one because they're good.
Yeah, it was just one of those things I've been noticing a lot of, and I've been spending way more time than I would like to admit on TikTok. And like there's this guy like talking about this guy got angry at it at the gym, and he's just like, I'm opening up Uncrustable. I'm like, okay, I used to pack that for my 5-year-old. Why is that a trend now?
No, they're good. They're good.
No, don't get me wrong. I like them. Don't get me wrong. It's just it kind of came out of nowhere. That's all. That's the only question I had was that.
Yeah.
With like food you pack besides peanut butter and jellies, is there anything else you bring with you?
Yeah, so it'll range from like trail mix to like a lot of like plant-based like meat and stuff like that.
Okay.
Then uh yeah, so like I like trail mix, I like plant-based meat. I like little chip foods as well. Homemade peanut butter and jellies are a classic too as well. And sometimes I'll do like little bags of popcorn too. And then I usually try to like throw in some fruits in there, so like a banana or something like that.
Nice.
Usually I try to pack like, or I'd say her. I'll kind of just put some my 2 cents in it, I guess. Sometimes I'll try to pack like for 2 to 3 ish meals, you know.
Yeah.
So like if I think about it, like if I leave in the morning, I try to pack like a lunch and a dinner, and then maybe we'll stop somewhere on the way home and I'll grab like a snack or two there, and then usually I'm good for the day. So
Nice.
That's a good deal.
With the plant-based meats, do you have a preference in brand?
I like I like Beyond and I like Morningstar. I like both of them a lot. It's super good quality, I feel like. So
Okay. I tried the Impossible Whopper. That's the only reason I asked, and I actually really like it. I can't figure out a way to make that at home to where either one of those kind of things where they actually taste good. So I'm running into that problem. But
yeah, I don't know either. I don't know a lot about it. I'm still very new into the plant-based like veggie style of like meat per se. But it's but yeah, like you said, I find it very good. I think it tastes great.
Yeah, if you get it cooked right.
Yeah, I give credit though. At least you can get your something packed up on the road. I was always terrible at that. Honestly, I was. There's times
we've all been there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I never think about it, and it's like, okay, I'll just get something on the road, and like if it's just me driving, going out the road, playing somewhere, it's like I'm terrible at stopping and eat. I'll eat sometimes a venue, and I pay the price there because I have GERD. But when I have like a band with me or just a guitar player, I have to make sure that obviously that they're fed just as much. I was like, "Are you hungry?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, well, there's a McDonald's or Burger King," and I'm not big on McDonald's, but you know, it's yeah. So I'm not very good at packing up food, so I give you credit for that one.
It's mostly her. Like I said, she's the same. So
that's true. And that's a good way of fruits and all that stuff. You said that's good eating. It's good to keep yourself in good diet and get nutrition and everything.
Yeah, trying my best.
Yeah, absolutely. Cam, you got anything else?
No, I kind of feel bad for keeping it as long as we did.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
I
It's
just
cool.
realized how late it was too. Okay, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up then.
Out here, is there anything you'd like to add, Brayden?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Brayden X Lee, and then follow Game Changer Wrestling, follow AAW Pro. Those are two promotions that I love working for, blessed to work for. In addition to like the other ones that I'm so lucky to work with, that are kind of escaping me right now. But so like those are and plus I like those two promotions are like a home to me. So definitely give them a follow as well. In addition to myself, and I think that's what I got.
All
right, you got a pro wrestling tees?
Yeah, about to say that.
I do. I think it's at Brayden X Lee as well. I actually forget. I actually forget the link for it. I haven't used it in a minute. I forget. I'm bad at this.
No, you're good.
Go find Brayden Lee on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yeah, find Brayden Lee on Pro Wrestling Tees. There you go.
Oh yeah, you pop up immediately when you just search Brayden Lee.
Sweet.
Perfect. All right, so we'll catch him there. Thank you again for your time.
Yeah, appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much for having me. No, it was my pleasure. It was a lot of fun.
All right, so that was our interview with Brayden Lee. He was a pleasure to speak with. A little bit on the new side in terms of wrestling, but he's definitely gotten a lot of experience out there. Got to work with a lot of guys from Impact, which is kind of coming full circle since he said he really got into wrestling because of TNA and those TNA legends that are no longer with TNA. With that being said, you can follow us on. Let me start over. You can find us on Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at WrestlingSCool, Instagram Wrestling Still Cool, Facebook Wrestling Still Cool, TikTok Wrestling Still Cool 90. You can email us at wrestlingstillcool@gmail.com. Find us on LinkedIn at Wrestling Still Cool. Provide some sort of feedback. We definitely appreciate it. I did notice that we do have a rating now currently on Apple Podcasts, which I definitely appreciate that. Appreciate the rating and review that was left by that person. Looks like it was done on March 29th. Any kind of feedback like that we can get, whether it be through DMs, email, or any kind of reviews, is definitely appreciated. And if you know a couple of wrestling fans spread it out there, we want to try and gain a little bit more of a following. So we can get more interviews, get better interviews, not better interviews, but get more, bit larger names in terms of interviews, people that are more familiar within the wrestling industry. Having that little bit of name value and being able to kind of get people from WWE will definitely help us in the future. And I think that we bring a different interview style that you don't really see currently within the not Apple Podcasts, but podcasts in general sphere. So I thank you again. Thank you for checking us out. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.